Hi, I'm Val, and welcome to KooBits, the best place for practicing math. In this video, I'm going to show you an example to solve a math problem. The method used can be applied to other similar math questions. Okay, let's get started.
Keddy was selling apples at farmer's market. Keddy had 22 apples at first. He sold 12 apples. What fraction of apples had he left in the end? Express your answer as a fraction in simplest form. Let's break down the question and understand it, shall we? Keddy had 22 apples at first. He sold 12 apples. So, we know the number of apples Keddy had at beginning and the number of apples he sold. Do we know how many apples were left in the end? No, we were not given this information directly. However, we can easily find out from the number of apples he had at first and the number of apples he sold. The question asks us what fraction of apples had he left in the end. Do you understand the meaning of the phrase, the fraction of apples had he left in the end? It means to find the fraction value of the number of apples left over the total number of apples. Have you noticed the question also asks to express your answer as a fraction in simplest form? It reminds you to simplify your answer so that the fraction is in its simplest form. Alright, now that we've understood the question, let's move on to solve this word problem. Keddy had 22 apples at first. Let's use a rectangle to represent the 22 apples Keddy had at first. He sold 12 apples. Let's divide the rectangle into two parts. One part represents the 12 apples he sold. The other part represents the remaining number of apples he had left. Can you see that the two parts make one whole? Can you also see that the number of apples left is equal to 22 minus 12? Do you understand? Great! Let's move on to the next part. The number of apples left is equal to 22 minus 12 equals 10. The fraction of apples left equals 10 divided by 22 equals 10 over 22. To get the simplest form, let's divide both numerator and denominator by their largest common factor, which is 2. 10 over 22 is equal to 5 over 11, which is the simplest form. Hence, the fraction of apples he had in the end is 5 over 11. Let's move on to check our answers and ensure they are correct. From our answer, we know that the fraction of apples left was 5 over 11. So, the fraction of apples sold is equal to 1 minus 5 over 11 equals 6 over 11. To find the number of apples sold, we use 22 times 6 over 11 equals 12. This is consistent with the value given in the question. Therefore, we know our answer is correct.
KooBits, engaging the digital kids.